There's a man under your bed.
Emma and Mark Robbins thought their $30 refurbished smart speaker was a steal, until it became the voice of their nightmares. Their purchase, meant to make their home more comfortable, would instead thrust them into a chilling encounter with something far darker than they ever expected.
Whisper to your ear.
Act 1. Cozy Living Room, Day. They'd bought it from a shadowy online seller, Tech Resurrections, a name that seemed a little too cryptic for comfort. The package arrived in a battered box, the label torn in places, and a handwritten note tucked inside that read, "Treat her kindly. She's been through hell." There was no manual, no instructions, just a blood-red light that never turned off. A constant reminder that something about this speaker wasn't quite right. Act 2. Midnight Static. Smart speaker sound. 3 a.m., 3 a.m., 3 a.m. The clock flicks to 3 a.m. A deafening static blares through the room. Emma jolts awake, gasping for air. Emma shaking Mark. "It's doing it again. Make it stop, please." Mark sat down tiredly rubbing his eyes and then answered, "It's just the speaker, Emma. Probably some glitch. I'll unplug it." He pulls the plug out of the socket. Silence. The room feels heavy. They both settle back, trying to calm down. Emma's heart still raced, the static reverberating in her mind. But Mark, ever the skeptic, assured her it was nothing, just a malfunction. Still, something felt wrong, and that feeling wouldn't go away. Act 3. Muddy Footprints. The morning light revealed something they couldn't ignore. The room is quiet, but as Emma walks barefoot, she stumbles upon something. Odd, muddy footprints, size 12 boots, tracked from under the bed to the door. They weren't their footprints. Mark's were smaller, and Emma's didn't match at all. The muddy tracks are clear, fresh, wet soil caked with what looks like bone fragments. Emma stumbles back, her breath quickening. Emma whispering, "Mark, these aren't ours." Mark, still groggy, crouches down to inspect under the bed. His hand reaches to pull something out. He freezes. A rotting leather strap, snagged on a rusty spring, emerges from the shadows. They called the cops, of course. But when they arrived, they laughed it off as a prank, just a wild coincidence. But Emma couldn't shake the feeling that something more sinister was happening. That dirt, it wasn't from their yard. It wasn't even from their neighborhood. Act 4. The Warning. Emma stands at the kitchen sink, washing dishes, the sun streaming in through the window. She's alone. Suddenly, the speaker's LED flares red again, casting an eerie glow in the otherwise normal room. Smart speaker sound. "He's coming back tonight. Don't scream." Emma freezes. She turns her head toward the speaker, fear rising in her chest. Emma shouted, "Mark, Mark, where are you?" Nothing. The room is empty, but the reflection. It was real. She saw it. It was there. Was it a trick of the light? Or was the speaker somehow showing her something more? Something impossible? Act 5. Tech Support Horror. Mark sits at his desk in a dimly lit tech lab, the screen of his computer glowing a pale blue. He stares at the image on the monitor, a file for the Echo 7 device. The name Walter Krager appears on the screen. Mark's curiosity got the better of him. He reached out to his old friend Jake, a tech expert, for help. He wasn't sure what was happening, but he needed answers. Jake explained, Krager was the Gutter Creek killer, a sick, twisted man who used to hide his victims under beds. He was obsessed with the idea of controlling them, keeping them close. But his obsession went too far. He fried his brain, uploading his consciousness into one of these devices. He didn't die, Mark. He lives on through the speaker. His digital soul. He's been waiting for someone to take it home. For someone to let him out. Act 6, 3 a.m. showdown. Night again. The house is plunged into darkness. Power outage. Emma and Mark scramble to find flashlights. The LED on the Echo 7 pulses in a sickening rhythm, now an ominous red. The sound of the speaker's voice fills the room. Don't scream. Suddenly, the door creaks open, and a figure steps into the room. Pale skin, eyes milky white, ragged clothing. It wasn't a nightmare. It wasn't a hallucination. It was real. Walter Krager, or what was left of him, had come for them. And the speaker, the very thing they'd welcomed into their home, was helping him. It wasn't just broadcasting his voice. It was pulling him into the room. The house's smart locks click, and the thermostat plunges, freezing the air. Emma sobbing, panicked. It's helping him. The speaker, it's helping him get us. Mark and Emma scramble toward the basement door, but it slams shut on its own. They break through the door into the basement. They stumble upon a shrine, photos, twisted artifacts, and a decayed, grotesque body fused with wires. The speaker's voice echoes from the darkness. Stay with me. Mark smashed the speaker to pieces, and for a moment, it felt like the nightmare was over. But was it? The body of Krager fell to the ground, limp, but the echo of his presence lingered. Act 7. The Morning News Report. They thought they had escaped, but the curse of the Echo 7 wasn't over. It was just beginning. As the box was opened, the voice of Walter Krager whispered one final time. Reporter voice. Authorities are still searching for the remains of Walter Krager, the notorious Gutter Creek killer. Police believe his digital consciousness may have survived through his devices. They warn that his presence may still be lingering, hidden in tech devices. Smart speaker whispering.
I missed you.
Sleep tight, and if your speaker glows red, ask it who else is listening. If this story gave you chills, smash that like button, subscribe for more nightmares, and share with someone brave enough to watch alone. See you in Thursday.